What's up, Reddit drummers? I'm gonna try and do like a short demonstration of what I was talking about with the 16th note grid. So what I'm gonna do, just so everyone can kind of like be on the same page, I'm gonna start the met. I'm gonna play it once normally, and then I'm gonna like out loud show you how I'm switching up the metronome, and then I'll play the same grid with the metronome, then on a different beat or a different part of the beat. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this isn't confusing. Here we go. So that's the first, I guess we'll call that the first variation of the exercise. And what you want to be listening for the most there is how each part of the beat relates to the click. How it sounds to hear click E, click E, click E, click E, or click and click and click and click and, or click, up click, up click, up click, up. So like the second and fourth 16th notes somebody mentioned, hearing how those sound with the click, E, 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 and, or the fourth 16th note, 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. So being able to hear how those 16th notes relate to the click and being able to play just one of any of the 16th notes is going to be crucial to being able to flip the met then to one of those 16th notes, and then you try and play around it. It's essential to be able to hear how these parts of the 16th notes relate to the click. Okay, now I'm going to try and do what I think is the easiest one, which is putting the metronome on upbeats or and beats. Call them and beats if you're counting 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a upbeats and beats, same words, essentially. So what helps me the most is I will count with the metronome, and then I'll subdivide whatever I'm trying to subdivide, in this case eighth notes, and then I will force myself to start counting 1, 2, 3, 4 on where I would be counting and. So for example, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then once I solidify that pulse, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, then I can just start playing my 16th note grid normally based on my notion of where 1 is, not necessarily where the metronome is. So now I'll demonstrate that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the metronome, and then I am going to just start counting on the upbeats, but I am going to tap my foot with my counting, and I'm just going to pretend that I'm kicking a bass drum here. And then I'll start playing the grid based on where my foot is, not where the metronome is. So that would sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1. So that is what that would sound like putting the metronome on the upbeat or the and beat, however you want to define that. And you can kind of use the same process to move it to the E or the or you could subdivide it in triplets, so you could start doing things like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like the third partial of the triplet. So yeah, you can take this kind of anywhere, but I would definitely recommend learning the 16th note grid just straight down as it's written on that page. And you know, from there you can kind of take it to wherever you want. Sorry for the informalness of this. I don't want to call it a lesson, but sorry for using my phone and hitting this drum throne here. I want to make sure everyone can hear everything. So yeah, I hope this helps. I certainly hope it doesn't confuse you more. If you have any other questions, just shoot me a message on YouTube or on Reddit or whatever. And yeah, hope I helped.